right, so today's lesson is all about understanding convenience sampling. So if you remember from when we watched that video and it was talking about the animals and how they figure out how many animals are in a population, and I said pay attention to how many times I say sampling, because there's lots of different ways. Remember, one way they took that picture frame, remember, and they tossed it out, and then they said here's how many plants landed in the picture frame. So there's tons of different ways to sample a population. This is called convenient sampling. Convenient sampling is just like it sounds. It's creating a sample that is convenient. Okay? If I wanted to survey you guys, or let's say I wanted to survey the ACES team about what was their favorite food. Okay? It would be very easy for me to say, I'm going to use you as my sample because you guys are convenient. You're sitting right here. You're listening to me. I could ask you. That's what a convenient sample is. Okay? So if you look at this first slide, they're basically giving you a picture of that. Convenient sampling is the sampling method in which you choose members of the population that are convenient and available. Okay? And so if the researchers here, they're just choosing members that are close, something that's easy and something that's free. That's convenient. Okay? Now, convenient sampling is not always the best type of sampling to use. You have to be very careful when you choose a convenient sample. And if you look at the picture here, they said, okay, well, there's the researcher. He's standing there. And his convenient sample is the people right around him. What is missing from that? The purple people, right? And we can't forget about the purple people. They're important. So we talked about creating a good sample. What did we say were things you had to be careful about when creating a good sample? What's here? A variety of people. So give me some examples. Including everybody. So what does that include?
Well, I mean, there's no bias.
And no bias. So what are things you have to watch for in your sample? There were very specific things we talked about. And I brought in the Congress population so we could talk about it. Okay, so I'm only going to survey boys in the room. Only boys get to be in the survey.
You need to have both genders, and you also have to have different
ethnicities, right? We don't want to leave out any groups of people, so we want to make sure that gender is represented, ethnicity is represented. We're serving Congress, to our Congress population. You want everything to be even, everything to be fair. You don't want one group to over-represent something because then that brings in the bias, right?
The same amount of people.
The same amount of people. Yeah, I think it said we had 4% Asian population, so we would want 4% Asian population in our sample. Okay, very good. All right, so going on to the next one. So there's two things I'm kind of talking about right now, and don't get them confused. There is convenience sampling. Convenient sampling is anything that is convenient. And then there's good convenient sampling. Okay, so this first one's just wanting to know, would this be an example of convenience sampling? So the first one says, you put an ad in the school newspaper for a research project. Let's change this to something we're more used to. Let's say we're going to put it in the morning announcements. Okay, so you put an announcement in the morning announcements. You accept the first 10 students who volunteer. Would that be a convenient sample?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they're the first people you see.
Yeah, is that convenient for you? Yeah, that'd be super convenient. You put it in the announcements. The first 10 kids who say, I'll do it. You sign them up. You're like, great. That is super convenient. Okay? All right, B. You put the names of all of the students in a hat and pull out 10 names at random.
No.
Okay, why?
Because it takes so long and it's not.
What takes too long?
To put them all in the hat and pull them out at once. And it's not the first people who are wanting to do it.
Okay,
There
Cooper?
might be somebody all the way across the school or somebody in a different school, so that would be very convenient because you have to go there.
Very good. So one thing about what you have to do, you'd have to have a printout of every name on the team, okay, or every name in the school, sorry. And then you have to cut them all up. You have to put them in a hat. That's all what Jake was saying. And then after you get those 10 people, you have to go find them. So if it's little Billy, like in science, how are you going to find little Billy? That's not going to be convenient, right? You're going to have to track him down and try to get him to take a survey. So that is not super convenient, okay? Now, would that be a good sample?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably be a great sample. If you put everybody's name in a hat and you mixed them up and you started pulling them at random, that's probably a good sample. It's just not convenient. Okay? All right, letter C. You choose the first 10 students you see. super convenient, right? Like I want you and you and you and you and you. Yes, super convenient. You're all right here. Is that going to be the best sample? No, it's not going to be a good sample. But it's convenient. All right, I'd like you to read this next one on your own and decide which one is not an instant of convenient sampling. All right, which one is not an instant of convenient sampling? And why do you say number 4?
Because, like, you would have to track them now, since they're from different classrooms.
It would take forever. Okay, Cooper?
You have to go to every classroom for them.
You have to go to every classroom, true?
Number 3.
Number 3, you choose all of the students in your classroom. So if we wanted to survey everybody right here, would that be pretty easy?
Yeah.
Well, not number 3, number 2.
Number 2. Okay, here's the one I think could go either way. So it says you choose all of the students in your school band. Okay? All of the students in school band are in a class, right? That's band.
It depends on how many people are at
It probably depends on how many people. But could you walk into the band room and say, hey, I'm going to survey all of you right now because you're all in here? You could, right? So Digits is saying that this is convenient sampling. However, on our team specifically, we don't have any kids in band. So I can see totally where you guys would say that's not convenient. None of the kids on our team are in band. Nobody on our team takes band. So I can totally see where you would say that's not convenient. So if you mark that, don't. That's fine. Okay? Questions about that one? Yes.
Would something like that be on the test?
It could be, and if it is on the test, you need to go with that is not convenient. Okay, but I'm saying if you want to argue it either way right now, you could. But Digits is saying that's not convenient. All right, this one. You are a news reporter investigating the town's opinion of a new shopping center. This one is really throwing kids today. What are the 3 ways to choose a convenient sample of town I'm not reading that right. What are the 3 ways to choose a convenient sample of town residents to interview? Are the samples that you choose are representative samples? Explain. Okay, so you're investigating the new shopping center. What do you think? True.
I would say neighborhood.
Okay, why in the neighborhood?
Because the neighborhood is convenient because of, like, just by the picture, they're all like kind of close together.
Okay.
It's kind of easy to go ask them, and plus they're always gonna be there because since they live there, they're gonna be there.
Okay.
You can ask them like that.
All right, so you think it's convenient. Okay, so it does say that it is convenient. Okay, is this going to be a representative sample in the neighborhood? What do you think? Think about what a representative sample is.
I don't think it's going to be representative because it depends on the type of houses there. If they're high-quality homes.
Oh, you're getting fancy. Okay. Now, do I think you could argue it that way? Yeah, totally. So he's saying depending on the quality of the home or the price of the home, you might have different things. I could see that. What if it was just a general, normal, just middle class neighborhood? It probably could be. What would be included in that neighborhood that would make it a good representative sample?
It's just mixed. Everyone's mixed in.
What do you mean everyone's mixed in?
You have different kind of ethnicities.
Okay.
And
So we'd have the diversity.
And plus, like, if it's just like a nice family, then it's gonna be like at least like a mom and a dad. So I mean, it's kind of even if you're asking like the people in the neighborhood.
So,
even people.
Even genders.
Yeah.
So there's going to have a lot of genders. What about ages?
Yeah.
Probably a lot of ages. That would be important. Okay. Do you? So we just covered everything in the neighborhood. So that would be a good representative sample. Okay. It says there's 3. What's another one that would probably be a decent convenience representative sample? Megan. Okay. Why do you think students at the school?
Because there could be different ages, like if the school has different ages,
Definitely would have your diversity. Could possibly have your, depending on how many grade levels are there. What would you be missing if you just surveyed students at a school about a shopping center?
They wouldn't
they only want
really know since
They can't
They
drive,
can drive there.
Yeah.
Okay, they can't drive there. Do you guys shop for different things than your parents?
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay, so you have to be careful because that probably would introduce a bias. If that was a shopping center that was more geared towards adult things, then the kids might not like going there. Does that make sense? So, yeah, if it was like all clothes and like home stuff, you know, then you'd be like, I don't want clothes and home stuff. That's not cool. Where that would be like my dream shopping center. Things to decorate with and things to wear. Yes.
Kids just like
Yes. If it was an IKEA, be all over it. Yeah.
kids just
The
like
kids might go, that's dumb.
and colorful things that move. It's
Colorful things that move. Yes.
shiny objects.
Yes. Shiny objects with bright lights. Yes. Okay. So we have to be careful about students at school. All right. What about another one that might be good? Okay, true.
Well, can we do the new shopping center?
Okay. What happens if you interview all the people at the new shopping center?
They're all gonna
They're probably gonna be. It could be just as like the example you just said, or it could be.
be biased.
What do you think they're going to feel like if they're at the shopping center?
It's a good place to be at, and everyone should go there.
Yeah, that's probably what it's going to be biased. If they're at that shopping center, it means they probably like it. Okay? All right. What else? Andrew.
Strip mall.
Okay, what do you think about the strip mall?
Well, I think that, like, people that already shop there will be looking for new things.
You think the people who are already there will be looking for new things? Okay, what does that mean?
Like I think
If they were going to try out the new shopping center.
because they're like always been through like.
You think the strip mall people are going to try out the new shopping center? Okay.
I don't think
Maybe
they were.
they're upgrading.
All right.
I don't think they're gonna be good.
Morgan.
On the street outside the TV station.
Okay, why do you think that?
Because there's like different kinds of people and there's different ages walking around.
Okay, so if I'm just walking my dog outside the TV station, does that mean I like that TV station?
No.
No, I'm just taking a walk, right? So that would probably be a decent place because they're just out and about on the street. All right, one more that we need to choose. What is one more that we can choose?
Everywhere.
Jenna. Yeah, that could just say a local restaurant, right? So you could have different ages coming in, you could have different genders coming in, different a diverse group of people coming in, and so they're not tied to anything. They're just a restaurant. That would probably be a decent place to take a convenient sample. Good. All right, let's move on then. Oops. Oh, I forget my door's locked. That means you have to stay away, Mr. Kinchlow.
Hit him in the face with the door.
Hit him in the face. All right, this one says there are about 300 million websites in the world. Use a convenient sample to estimate the total number of websites that get more than 1 million hits per day. Is your estimate accurate, and explain? So the convenient sample says 20 of my favorite websites, 11 of them get more than 1 million hits per day. So how am I going to use that convenient sample to figure out how many websites? So take this number and divide by 20. So divided by 20 gives me 165 million. Okay, so the next question says, is my estimate accurate? Okay, what do you think? Why are you shaking your head no, Andrew?
Well, because.
You just had it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
330 million. And then 165 million.
Okay, think about what we talked about with bias. What was my sample? Marilyn. Okay, so do you think the websites I look at are the same the websites you look at? No. Oh, I sure hope not. Okay, so there would definitely be a bias if I'm just looking at my own websites, right? So that would probably not be a good estimate. Okay, all right, let's look at the next one. I sure hope not. That's right.
Well, like, what do you look at?
I can't tell you.
Oh.
All right. So this one, use the convenient table to estimate how many of the 1,165 cars on Highway 60 are red. Is your estimate accurate? Okay, so right now I'd like you to go ahead and write a proportion. We'll check your work with my work. The question asks, is their estimate accurate? So what do you think? Would this be a good sample? So would this be a good estimate? Yeah, this would be a great estimate. If you're just counting the cars on the highway and you counted 40 of them, that's convenient. And just because I drive a red car and I say, ooh, I drive a red car, I'm going to drive on Highway 60 today. No, nobody does that. So the cars are going to be completely random. So that is a good one. Yeah.
I did the same thing you got, but I got 4,000.